And welcome back, and it is the 8th of March, higher plus 5 a day, and let's just go straight into the first question. All right, so what do we have first of all? So it's a factorised fully, and the word fully is, I mean, it's not always the case, but typically the word fully tends to mean there's at least a couple of steps going on here. So it's a bit of a warning just to be careful to do both steps. So I'm going to start by noting that both these numbers divide by 4. So if nothing else, let's start by taking the 4 out. So 64 divided by 4 is 16. 4x squared divided by 4 is x squared. Then at this stage, you need to notice that this is difference of two squares. Now, what I write now, you've either seen before or you haven't, but either way, get used to spotting it because it will appear a lot. Difference of two squares gives me 4 times 4 minus x, 4 plus x. First question done. Next question. Rationalise the denominator. Now, actually, similar to the above, it's one of these that you've seen or you will never guess in a million years. The way you do this is you multiply top and bottom by whatever the denominator is, which in this case is root 6. And then I'm going to say, well, the top is just 3 root 6, so I can't do anything with that. The bottom is root 6 times root 6, which is 6. And that's not my final answer because I can simplify again. So that's going to be root 6. 3 over 6 is 1 over 2. So in other words, it's going to be root 6 over 2. Question done. Next question. In a netball league, there are 14 teams. Each player plays each other team once. Right, okay. So let's think about the first team. So the first team is going to come in and they're going to play 13 different people. The next team are going to come in and they're going to play 12 different people because the first team has already played them. And then it's going to be 11 and 10, etc., etc. So in other words, I need to add all these numbers up. Now, if you've seen the sum of sequence, you will know how to do this. But if you haven't, the clever way of doing it is to do 13 plus 12 plus 11 plus plus 1. In other words, all the numbers from 13 down to 1. Then I'm going to write the same numbers out underneath, but back to front. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus plus 13. I'm going to note that they all add up to 14. Now there are 13 numbers, so there are 13 lots of 14. But I've added them up twice because I turned them upside down and added them together. So I need to divide by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 13 times 7 is going to give me 91. And so my final answer is 91. Question done. Next question. And there looks to be quite a lot to this. So a quick read through to get this right. So cost of a mobile phone is X. Cost of a television is Y. When both prices are increased by 40. Right. Okay. So I'm just reading the rest of it to myself. I know what's going to happen here. I'm going to set up two ratio equations, rearrange them. It's going to be two equations with x and y, and then I'm going to have to solve a simultaneous equation. So let's deal with this first part here. So it says my television set, so mobile phone plus 40 ratioed with the, what's the other thing, television plus 40 is in the ratio 15 to 22. Which means that it must be the case that 22 times x plus 40. Let's not just remember that as switching. Let's think about why that's true. Hold on, let's write this down first. Y plus 40. So for example, if it was 1 to 3, that would mean the thing on the right is 3 times bigger, which means I need to multiply the thing on the left by 3 to get the same number. So that's giving me an equation. Now these numbers aren't going to be nice, are they? So let's expand this. So that's going to give me 22x plus 22 times 40 is going to be 880 is equal to 15y plus 15 times 40, which is going to be 600. Is that right? Yeah, 600. And then I'm going to collect x and y's on one side, everything else on the other side. That's going to be 22x minus 15y. 600 minus 880 is equal to minus 200 and not 220, 280. Wow, okay, these aren't going to be nice equations, are they? And that's my equation 1. And actually what I'm going to do, just so I definitely don't lose these, I'm going to highlight that so it's nice and clear for everyone. Okay, next one. So I'm now looking here. So when both prices are decreased, oh, this is clever. Okay, so now x minus 100 mobile phone ratio with y minus 100 is equal to the ratio of 8 to 15. So similar idea. So 15 times x minus 100 is equal to 8 times y minus 100. Let's just move up a bit. Now expand this again. So that's going to be 15x minus 1500 is equal to 8y minus 8 times 100 is 800. X's and y's to the left, everything else to the right again. So that's going to be 15x minus 8y. Add 1500 to both sides gives me 700. And that's going to be my equation 2. So I've now got two equations, two unknowns. This is just a simultaneous equation, albeit a not very nice one. Okay, and then I'm going to move over to this left side here. So I'm going to do equation 1 times 15 and equation 2 times 22. This is not going to be nice at all, but that's the ease. There's no prime factors. There's nothing I can do very easily here. There's no highest common factor that I can do easily. So I'm just going to have to go for this one here. Right, calculator out. So that's going to give me 330x minus 225y is equal to minus 4200. Let me just check that again because that feels very large. So 15 times 280, yeah, 4200. And now do equation 2. So equation 2 times 22 is 330x, obviously, so it cancels. Minus 8 times 22 is 176. Y is equal to 700 times 22. Wow. It's going to be 700 times 22 is 15400. Okay, I'm not enjoying this so far. And now, before I go any further, if these are really horrible numbers, I've probably made an error. I'm fully expecting these to be nice numbers. I think that somebody's worked out the numbers so they work out reasonably nicely. But anyway, let's see. So equation 1 and equation 2 both have 330x's. So I'm going to take these away. And that's going to be, again, calculator, so minus 225 plus 176 is minus 49. And minus 4200 minus 15400 is minus 19600. This is almost funny. Sorry, 49y I should say, which means that y is equal to, and I'm going to divide by 49, cross my fingers. Oh wow, y is equal to 400. Now that's such a round, nice number. I'm pretty confident I've done the right thing. Doesn't mean I have, but I feel a bit more confident. Okay, right. Now, just because it's here, I'm going to use this equation here. So therefore, x is going to be equal to 1/15 of 700 plus 8 times y, which is 400. So calculator out. So 700 plus 8 times 400 divide by 15 is going to equal another nice number, 260. Pull that all together. X is equal to £260 and Y is equal to £400. That felt horrible when I was doing it, but I have to say the nice answers at the end gave me a lot of conviction I've done the right thing. Good mix of questions today, really good mix of questions. I like the first couple, easy mistakes people make. The sum question was quite clever, and that simultaneous equation question at the end with ratios was not nice at all, but I think we got there in the end. Let me know how you did. Well done if you got all those questions right, and I'll see you for tomorrow. Thanks all, bye.